Hello, this is Jordan Rich from WBZ Radio. In conversation today with Ben Pleat, who's the founder and CEO of a company called CoBu, C-O-B-U, which stands for Community Building. In this new jarring pandemic period that we're all living through, loneliness can be difficult, if not devastating, and people need to feel connected. That's what CoBu is set up to do. Ben, tell us the origin story. Where did it all start?
First off, really appreciate you having me here. Great to virtually be here with you.
You bet.
CoBu was really founded out of a personal experience. So my mom's dream, literally her entire life, was to move to Manhattan. She always wanted to live in the city. And she finally achieves this dream. This is roughly about 5 years ago. She moves to Greenwich Village, a very vibrant neighborhood in New York. A major happy moment for her, a major happy moment for her family. I go to visit her basically every month. And I see her cooped up in her apartment for most of the day. She couldn't meet a single neighbor, super isolated, super lonely. And it took a toll on her mental health. And by the way, she's beyond extroverted. And yet she couldn't have a genuine human interaction with anybody in her building. And I thought to myself, in today's highly connected world, there was still literally no way to engage with a human being that maybe lived 5, 10, 15 feet away from us. And I looked into the issue and I realized that this was a global problem. And according to Cigna, 61% of the population had this kind of feeling of loneliness. And it was actually a bigger issue for younger generations. And the data was showing that that problem was only accelerating, which was scary. And I figured there was an opportunity to help people like her, and found out that this was a great way to both help residents, but also apartment building owners who want to make their residents happier and have them stay longer in their apartment communities.
Isn't that an interesting statistic, and a sad one, 61%? It may even be higher now in terms of the loneliness factor.
Oh, absolutely. Especially in this day and age. I mean, we're isolated in unprecedented ways. And I think, we're definitely learning that the human connection is something that, sometimes we took for granted, but is a critical human need, the need to belong.
We know that CoBu offers a free download, a free app, but what is your business model?
Yes, so it's mobile app based. It's completely free for residents. So we don't charge residents a dime. We've never charged residents anything. And the buildings pay us basically a monthly subscription depending on the size of the building. And they pay us because they lose a lot of their residents every year to churn.
And Ben, tell me about the importance of a business like this during the pandemic that we find ourselves in.
So we're fundamentally a virtual community management platform. Everything happens initially on the app, and then the goal was to get it off the app in real life, face to face. So the example is, if you want to host a board game night, you can post on the board game group, hey, does anyone want to play Scrabble on a Friday night or Saturday night, whatever it is. And you can assemble 6 people in your building, and we'll help you do that through a human being, a virtual community manager, who's helping energize and provide ideas. And that was kind of pre-social distancing. Post-social distancing, a lot of what we're trying to do is continue to push on virtual engagement and really have that live in Zoom. So the example is, we had a virtual flower arranging workshop in one of our communities in Kendall Square. We had a resident-run balcony concert. She's a resident in one of our communities. She posted an experience for her neighbors, just where she's just playing music from the balcony of her apartment at the courtyard of this apartment complex. And she had a sing-along Sweet Caroline song at the end that personally gave me goosebumps, and it was amazing. And just shows the resilience of our communities, especially in these tough times. So that's kind of an example of a social distancing gathering, and many more kind of in between. Fun ways to stay together.
So it's likely that a lot of people will be needing this kind of service and discovering it now, and you tell me your phone's ringing off the hook.
In the past month, we've basically seen a spike in usage from residents using our platform to help neighbors, to stay connected, do errands for immune-compromised neighbors, coordinate childcare for first responders. Like, it's been incredible to see the type of activities that residents in these communities have been using the CoBu platform for. And then on the ownership side, we've seen basically a surge in demand, really in the past month, from owners asking us to accelerate their launch dates. We're launching in a building next week in Atlanta, Georgia. We have a kickoff call today with a building in New York City. We're continuing to expand in Boston and Medford. I mean, we've never seen this level of pull from buildings who really want to support their communities. They want to provide a tool for them to stay connected and to provide basically value to them. I mean, the context of what we're seeing right now in these apartment buildings is completely closed amenity spaces to promote social distancing and safety of their community. Of course, all the events the buildings were doing before are off. And in many cases, the leasing staff and property management staff are either not in the building or are in the building very infrequently. So they're basically cooped up in unprecedented ways. And CoBu was one way to kind of alleviate that sense of, whatever you want to call it, frustration, stress, or just stir craziness by staying connected with people who are genuinely like you and who are in a similar situation. We've had residents from DC, from Atlanta, from New York, from Boston reach out to us saying, hey, we'd love to have CoBu in your building. And we love that. We love when there's a grassroots effort. So just put us in touch with your apartment manager, owner. We're more than happy to have the conversation. It's a pretty light lift on all ends. Email myself, ben@livecobu.com, or our team, info@livecobu.com. We're more than happy to have a conversation. We're a nimble company, so we love hearing from users who can give us ideas and help us enrich their communities.
Thanks for joining me, Ben. Congratulations to you and everybody on the CoBu team, where innovation and creativity leads to connection and community. Good deal. To find out more, go to livecobu.com. That's LIVECOBU, livecobu.com. This is Jordan Rich. Take care.